Cooper Lane, class of 2021.
Connor Penrod, senior.
Andrew Figgins, senior.
Samuel Blanco, senior.
Courtney Groff, senior.
Noah Sauber, senior.
Jack Shima, senior.
Jaden Bannister, senior.
Isaac Wilson, senior.
Tyson Britch, junior.
Hunter Knopfsinger, senior.
Brady Thomas, senior.
Ethan Kessler, senior.
Andrew Perez, senior.
Juan Villarreal, senior.
Taryn Garcia, junior.
Jonas Tester, junior.
Crew Powers, junior.
Ben Ersham, junior.
Bryson Stump, junior.
Tucker Delaney, junior.
Matt Shaw, junior.
Kyle Moore, junior.
Cameron Stevens, junior.
Garrett Brown, junior.
Ian Frucci, junior.
Justin Kutzley, junior.
Chase Santiago, junior.
Colton Sluter, junior. Zayden Kessler, sophomore.
Chance Snow, sophomore.
Sam Smith, sophomore.
Landon Hines, sophomore.
Logan Carroll, sophomore.
Justin Duncan, sophomore.
Asiano Vioma, sophomore. Isaiah Bourne, sophomore.
Jack Leatherman, sophomore.
Avery Coronado, sophomore.
Hudson Hall, sophomore.
Austin Ashman, sophomore. Kane Panico, sophomore.
Jonathan Spurgeon, sophomore.
Gabe Hasso, sophomore.
Lucas Rochoff, sophomore.
Zeph Siefker, sophomore.
Jacob Spies, sophomore.
Tony Vasquez, sophomore.
Jude Armstrong, sophomore.
Ethan Boren, sophomore.
Keaton Hartsock, sophomore.
Michael Kretz, sophomore.
Reese Nation, sophomore.
Austin Kovar, freshman.
Elijah McLeod, freshman.
Tyson Rodriguez, freshman.
Caden Clymer, freshman.
Ian Martin, freshman.
Xavier Martinez, freshman.
Levi Tester, freshman.
Mason Thomas, freshman.
Eli Felser, freshman.
Santos Suarez, freshman.
Trey Parsons, freshman.
Cooper Bosser, freshman.
Felipe Garcia, freshman.
Roger Adams, freshman.
Xander Ziegler, freshman. Landon Turo, freshman. Elijah Litchfield, freshman.
Brennan Long, freshman. Noah Oldham, freshman.
Ethan Johnson, freshman.
Tate Wise, freshman.
It's just kind of like sad, you know. Football has just been a big part of high school for the last 4 years we've been here, just hanging out with friends and getting to know each other better and everyone above us and below us.
Well, I didn't really feel real until we started getting closer to football season and we were putting in all that work and started to feel like, wait, we might not actually get to play football this year and I'm going to have to go on with life not knowing I played my last football game.
I was overall worried that we wouldn't get a chance to play this year. I was just a lot of worrying and hoping that it wouldn't be that way. And now that we're here, I'm just excited that we get to play.
When it really started picking up steam, that rumor was about the middle of two-a-days. So at that point, it was heartbreaking because we'd already gone through the hardest part of the summer practice and we put in a lot of work. And I thought maybe the whole team thought that it was going to be all for nothing.
The coaches have always been good about providing us with good lifts, you know, even like during quarantine and stuff. Our coaches were constantly giving us lifts, conditioning tips that we could do at home, just stuff that we can do without weights to still improve ourselves.
The season, during quarantine, we always had lifts that we had to do, watching film, and then once we were finally allowed to go into the weight room, I just went in there and I worked my butt off and I tried to get my teammates to work their butts off too.
I was always lifting, I was always running. There was always just some type of football going on in my mind, whether I was watching a little bit of film from last year too, or just lifting, running, that type of stuff.
To prepare for this season, we just showed up every day. We got on the guys that weren't coming, and just our senior leaders, I think, outside of me even, are really good at making sure we have good attendance and getting on the guys and not making themselves better, but making the team and the people around them better. So I think our senior leaders have really stepped up this year.
Just being a senior, I'm a leader now, so more responsibility. I get to go out for the coin flip and all that stuff, and it just feels good to finally get to be a leader.
Everyone on the team is just fun to be around. It's just fun to be at practice and play, and everyone's enjoying it, and it's just a lot of fun.
About the senior season, it's just a blessing after no school last quarter of last year and no baseball, so just getting back to be around some teammates and having some team chemistry, and obviously winning is always fun.
I would say team goal was to be league champs, and so far we've done pretty good. You know, we've been, us, not only myself but the seniors, been providing great leadership for the younger kids, and they've really taken after us and have helped us improve the team. So I would say personal goal would to be probably all district or even some kind of state honors, and the coaches have really helped myself with doing that, giving me tips on what could make me better as a player and for the team.
Team goals, I want to win the league. I want to make a deep playoff run. And personally, I would love to get some kind of district honor, state honor, league honor, something like that.
Personal goals, I would like to be League Defensive Player of the Year and in the running for District and State Defensive Player of the Year. And then as a team, I would like us to just have a really deep playoff run.
I'd like to win league. I'd like to go into week 8, 9, 10, 11, deep into the playoffs and make a run and see if we can't surprise some people.
All the way, man. State champs.
Well, with COVID, obviously we're not going to go 15-0, so I don't even know how many games we could play this year, but I want to win every single one of them.
To me, it would be a league championship and a really deep playoff run.
A successful season to me would be a lot of wins, obviously, but just to make sure that we get better throughout the season. And right now we're in a weaker part of our schedule, so just win these games but not play down to competition and don't escape with anything. Just play up to our talent level, and that'll be good enough to take us farther than people think it'll take us.